realized this. So my my mirrors are toast. It's the mounts actually. So this is my temporary solution. This is actually the starboard side mirror because a bird landed on the port side mirror when we were in the Okeechobee and it broke it, fell right in the water. It was pretty humorous. I wish I could have got some footage of it. So I took the mirror from this side, even though it's got cracks, and I've kind of jury-rigged it up and used some zip ties and duct tape. And this will be my mirror to get me back to where we're going. Good morning, guys. So we are taking off on the scooter. It's the morning of. I brought my tent this time, so I figure we might, who knows what we're gonna hit when we get further north, but yeah, let me turn the phone around. The poor Beagle barge looks like a boarded up abandoned house with those boards, but they come off easy. I just figured if it ever dropped and started banging, it might save the windows. I had those under the nose the whole trip, so we tied off the Portland Pudgy really good. And I'm gonna miss you, my baby. We'll go fetch the trailer. This is a really industrial area. There's like phosphate plants and all sorts of, just old school industry. And I can hear there's like this low hum from one of the from one of the plants over here, and they were just setting off a siren. Sounds pretty ominous. Well, good girl. Let's go check out this sign. When we were coming in, it was saying something about consenting to searches and all sorts of stuff like that. North Carolina Ferry Division security notice. This facility is currently operating at Maritime Security Level 1. Entering this facility or boarding the vessel is deemed valid consent to screening or inspection required by a code. Failure to consent or submit to screening or inspection will result in denial of or revocation of authorization to enter or board. While the border is wide open. Crazy times we live in.
And wavy, free as the breeze, nature's beauty down by the trees. Shanty boat, drifting on the sea, motorbike riding wild and free. Coins are sparse, but hearts are full. Sunsets paint the sky with gold. Laughter echoes through the glades. Life's adventure never fades. Living free and feeling high. Boats on water, bikes that fly. Nature's wonder far and wide. With wavy always by his side. Mountains high, rivers wide, under stars where dreams reside. Simpler life, no need for more. Every day they both explore. Mountains high and rivers wide, under stars where dreams reside. Simpler life, no need for more. Every day they both explore. Freedom comes
Howdy guys and gals, disembodied voice of Brenton here. So there was a little bit of a gap in some footage here. We ended up visiting a buddy in the Chesapeake, and he showed us around for a couple days, and then he used his truck to give us a ride on towards Michigan. So from there, I'm just going to show you a couple of the highlights of that. It was actually really beautiful, and it makes me look forward to going to the Chesapeake next year. So
oh, my little beagle. Let's load up. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Beagle, beagle, beagle.
thank you for not screaming. Oh, jeez. Well, howdy guys and gals. Backwaters Brenton here, of course. Sometimes Backroads Brenton. So let me give you a little 1-minute synopsis of what's going on. So we are in Holland, Michigan. I'll show you on the map. And we are making our way up Michigan, across the bridge, of course, and then across the UP to get home. And if you don't know this already in this video, left the barge for 2 weeks in Oriental, North Carolina, and then rode up to the Chesapeake and visited with a friend, Joe, for a couple days, and he showed me around just like a primer of the Chesapeake. It looks awesome. I knew I didn't want to rush through there, so that's a whole trip in and of itself, you know. Shouldn't even be part of the loop in the sense of, like, unless you're ready to just, you know, check out every nook and cranny. It's like the cradle of America in there, but more of that later. So Joe brought me up to southern Michigan here, and we made a deal. You know, I paid for gas and stuff, and hopefully he's happy with it. And put the scooter in the back, unloaded it this morning. It took a little doing to bring it back to life because it was sitting on its side and it flooded it out, but it came back to life. I knew it would. And now Wavy and I are on this beautiful day back in Michigan. It feels like spring, and we're meandering our way up to Ludington, which is where Wayne's Diaries lives. We're gonna hang out, and he's gonna tell me about his winter. I'll tell him about mine, and we'll catch up a little bit and compare notes and such. I'll share a bit of that with you as well. And yeah, that's it. The adventures never end on Backwaters and Backroads. We're just kind of going back into Superior Land season, which is always the best one, I think. So, okay, guys, let's keep doing it. Stay tuned. I gave you everything I can give you. That's all I can do. The disembodied voice of Brenton back at you here. So we went back into some sporadic footage taking. It was kind of a stressful trip up. It initially started out good. The weather was great, and then we got a flat tire. We actually picked up a nail on the side of the road, and normally I can plug or patch those. Let me just explain here. Lots been going on since the last time I turned the phone on here, though. For you guys, it'll be instantaneous. I'll turn the phone around and do some explaining. What the heck's going on here? Okay, so I am about 25 miles from the Mackinac Bridge, which passes into the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, where I spend most of my time, for those that don't know. And I'm going back to get the truck and trailer to go fetch the Beagle barge down in Oriental, North Carolina. If you don't know that by now, you probably do if you're watching this. This is going to be a very disjointed video, I can already tell, but sometimes that's the way they are. It'll be a behind the scenes and in betweens. So what's going on is today, this afternoon, I picked up a nail in the back tire of the scooter, and I have, I've patched it. I've got, I use one of those patch kits to plug a hole in a tubeless tire, but this particular hole is bigger than the average one. It's kind of like a rip. And so what I've been doing is just messing with the different, I've been putting different plugs in and configurations and using the rubber cement, which, man, that stuff stinks. And I'm trying to get it. It's a pain. I can kind of get it to hold like 15 pounds of pressure, which is actually enough if you go slow. Here, I'll turn the phone back. Which is actually enough to keep the bike from fishtailing or losing the bead off of the rim if you go slow. And that's what I've been doing. Right now, my goal is just to get over the bridge and back in the UP. And I was thinking if this gets so bad that I lose the bead on the tire, and I can't think of anything else, I might just push the scooter into the woods and start hitchhiking back to Ontonagon, which up in the UP I'm guessing might be possible. We'll see how it goes. I have a cute beagle. Maybe she can get me a ride. But yeah, I guess the right way to do it is to patch it on the inside, but that means I'd have to pull the wheel off, and that means I have to pull the exhaust off to get the wheel off, and then I have to break the bead and put the patch in, and I don't have the tools for that with me. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Here, I'll turn the phone around again. Here's the good thing. So here it is. It's beautiful early spring in, I guess, northern Michigan now, northern Lower Peninsula. There's budding trees. My allergies are up a little bit. You might be able to hear it in my voice. It usually happens, but not a big deal. Things are budding. It's beautiful. It's not raining on us. It's not really cold. It's probably it'll probably get down to 50, maybe 45 tonight. No big deal. Got a good, decent sleeping bag. And, we're safe. The dog's safe. Wavy's happy for the most part. Happy as she can be. Trying to get comfortable. So, we got no real complaints. Some people have real problems, and that is true. It's not just a saying that I say here. This is pretty minor in the whole scheme of things. I mean, I'm going to have to cross the Mackinac Bridge with a sketchy back tire, and I'm not excited about that. But once I get over it, as long as I can keep some pressure in that tire, I can just go slow and ride the shoulder, and I can ride all the way back to Ontonagon. It's just going to take a while. I was hoping to be home tomorrow, but it might be a couple more days. But so just stay tuned, guys. We'll see how this goes. We'll find out together. To make a long story short, Wayne had to come and pick us up with his van, and I borrowed it for a day or two, and then we ended up heading back down to North Carolina to pick up the boat, and this is where it picks up from here. We used the public launch ramp to get the barge out of the water, and it took a few tries, but we always seem to make it. And this is some footage of what the bottom of the barge looked like after, I would say, 3 solid months of being in salt water. Basically, once we hit the Mobile Bay, all the way till when we pulled it out, so over that 3 or 4 months, it really wasn't that bad in the whole scheme of things. This is the sacrificial zinc that was on the back, and it was almost gone. Gonna have to get another one of those, but we ended up pressure washing it later, and it came out really clean, so no problems.
On a shanty boat I roam so free, with a beagle by my side, just her and me. The river river's wide, the wind's my guide. We follow the flow, no need to hide. Oh, the water sings and the trees stand tall in the arms of nature. I've got it all, with God above and the earth below. In the heart of freedom I find my soul. Through the reeds and over stone, the river calls, we're never alone. Eagle barks chasing dreams, while the stars light up our evening streams. Oh, the water sings and the trees stand tall in the arms of nature. I've got it all, with God above and the earth below. In the heart of freedom I find my soul. Through the reeds and over stone, the river calls, we're never alone. Beagle barks chasing dreams, while the stars light.
Did you conk him in the head?
I did.